Extraordinary You is a 2019 South Korean television series featuring Kim Hye Yoon, Rowoon, Lee Jae-wook, Lee Na-eun, Young Gun-ju, Kim Young-dae, and Lee Tae-ri. Based on the webtoon July, found by chance first published in January 2018 on Dom Webtoon, the series presents a unique premise. A character realizes she is part of a webtoon and, more surprisingly, a side character. As she uncovers the unfortunate path laid out for her, she becomes determined to change her fate. As the series turns 5 today, let's take a look at the unique spin it took on regular rom-coms and clichés. Extraordinary You's plot. The series follows high school student Eun Dan Oh, Kim Hye Yoon, who attends a prestigious academy. One day, she stumbles upon the shocking truth. Her world is a fantasy, and she and everyone around her are characters in a comic called Secret. They are all under the control of an all-powerful writer. Dan-oh discovers that she's just an extra, stuck in a disappointing story, engaged to her longtime crush who doesn't even like her, and facing a heart condition that threatens her life. Unhappy with her fate, Dan-oh resolves to take control of her own story and seek true love. Her determination grows even stronger when she unexpectedly meets the mysterious student number 13, Rowoon, whom she names Haru. As their relationship unfolds, Dan-oh begins to notice eerie similarities between their lives and the writer's previous work, Nungsawa. With each attempt to reshape her destiny, she realizes that altering her story may come with unexpected consequences. The clichés and archetypes of Extraordinary You. In the very first episode, Eun Dan Oh introduces herself with a playful twist on familiar tropes. She talks about being the female lead in her own story, highlighting the ups and downs she faces. She mentions the usual challenges that put her in the spotlight and hints at a rocky start with a distant male lead, who gradually begins to open up to her. The three main leads are known as A3, a nod to the classic trope reminiscent of F4 from Boys Over Flowers. Within this trio, we have the stoic male lead, the typical bad boy, and the kind-hearted sweetheart who often plays the role of the second lead. As Eun Dan Oh begins to notice gaps in her memory, she realizes she's actually a character in a manhwa, not the main protagonist. Alongside the viewers, she starts to see the familiar clichés unfolding around her. Even the names of the main characters, Oh Nam-ju and Yeo Juda, cleverly play on the Korean words for man and woman, Namja and Yoja. This revelation hits her hard, and she decides to challenge these tropes with Haru's help, striving to rewrite their story so they can both find a way to survive. Eun Dan Oh, the often overlooked romantic interest of Baek Kyung, played by Lee Jae-wook, leads a life so melodramatic it feels straight out of an angsty novel, literally. She attends an elite high school, lives with heart disease, a recurring theme, to say the least, and is the daughter of a CEO. On top of that, she's facing a grim prognosis. Her life is further complicated by her abusive fiancé, Baek Kyung, who, like her, comes from a wealthy family and shares the same prestigious school. But don't worry, while she may skip class more often than not, there's still plenty of learning happening along the way. In this world, there are two realms, the stage and the shadow. The stage is where all the typical clichés unfold, filled with dramatic moments and over-the-top scenarios. Meanwhile, the shadow is a space for characters like Dan-oh, Haru, and Lee Do-hwa, played by Young Gun-ju, who have gained consciousness and are aware of their surroundings. Those in the shadow often find the happenings on the stage cringe-worthy. From the overly shiny main character to the cheesy couple moments and cringe-inducing dialogues, the theme of mocking writers is a recurring element in the story. Once the characters become self-aware, they poke fun at the reused sets, the repetitive lines, and the cheesy moments, often making fun of themselves. Some scenes are so over the top that even the villains can't help but question their own choices, asking, what kind of villain would let this happen? Baek Kyung, Dan-oh's fiancé, stands out with his sharp wit, coolly pointing out everyone's roles as they wake up to their reality. One of the funniest moments occurs when Dan-oh finally stands up to Baek Kyung in a surprising twist. She's taken aback by her own newfound confidence, realizing that her usually meek character actually has a spine. Kyung is just as stunned when she calls off their engagement. It's the first time she's ever confronted him directly.